Meanwhile, at the Hall of Cage.
Well, I'm one of those fortunate people who like my job, sir. Got my first chemistry set when I was 7, blew my eyebrows off. We never saw the cat again. Been into it ever since.
I did a bare 360 triple backflip in front of 22,000 people. It's kind of funny. It's on YouTube. Check it out.
Oh my God, a gun!
Somehow they managed to get every creeping freak in the universe in this one plane.
Coffee and a muffin. Okay, so I need to establish themes. Maybe banana nut. That's a good muffin.
So just quiet down, my little one, and call me Dad.
We get some balloons and go to the puppet show.
Sorry, boss, but there's only 2 men I trust. One of them's me, and the other's not you.
In a helicopter, where there's apparently the Moon Cartel.
The Moon Cartel.
You haven't heard of the Moon Cartel?
Man.
Well,
never?
You know, the moon itself is actually hollow and filled with lizard men and their mood-altering rays.
And by mood-altering rays, we mean cocaine.
That's right.
See, there's another one I heard. It's like the moon's filled with snakes.
I mean, it could be.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, what are snakes but legless lizards?
I mean, guaranteed, I'll never go to the moon then.
Yeah.
There's snakes everywhere.
And plus, science has just made lizards again. They put a snake in a tube with legs.
What has man wrought?
So what is the snake with if I have a snake with mecha legs?
Well, that happened.
Hey, that's just next month's sci-fi original movie.
What's next? We're going to give spiders guns? Why are we doing this?
No, see, that's crazy. The next thing you know, they'll be reanimating dead spiders with nanotechnology. Oh, wait.
No, we just give the guns to the squirrels.
We can't tell the spiders about guns. I've got 2 big-ass spiders on the back porch right now, and I don't
you had
need
2 big-ass guns in your back porch.
You haven't shot them down with an Apache helicopter yet?
I don't have one small enough.
Oh, man.
Well, how about a can of Raid? Anything will work. You have to kill them.
We got a can of Raid on the table right now.
Oh, man.
This episode...
That one says ants and roach.
Poison's poison, sir. Poison is poison.
It's literally just the same gunk they put in every can. It's just a different label.
What if I hit it with Raid and it gets stronger?
Has anyone seen that video? It's just somebody just straight up, just basically emptying a can of Raid on one roach. And then somebody stitched it you got him, bro. You got him, bro. Hey, I think he's good, bro. And he's just...
We had an incident the other night.
Bro! He's like, I'm calling the police!
I was sitting in my office the other night, and Allison just let out this blood-curdling scream. So I sprint across the house, and there was a cockroach in the bathroom. So I immediately go and grab, because I did not have my flip-flops on, I went and grabbed my work gloves that I use in the yard.
And you put them on your feet?
No, I put them in my hands.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm looking for this thing with this we got this little device. It's called a critter catcher. It's these little plastic hands, and it helps you safely remove an insect or something from your home and put it outside.
Okay.
So I'm standing there, and the thing comes sprinting dead at me. I back up into the ottoman and hurt my heel, and it starts to sprint underneath the bed. And somehow, instinctively, I used my hands to smash this thing into bits.
Which is what you should have been trying to do from the beginning.
But I had gloves on, so...
No, there's not a critter cat. No, fuck. These are not like opossums. If it's a roach, murder it. Brutally murder it.
I had nothing on my feet, but I needed to make sure my hands were protected.
I don't know why.
I worked pest control for years. Not because I liked the job, not because I liked the money, because I hate bugs that fucking much.
No, actually, he was just volunteering.
Oh.
Please, I would like to kill some bugs.
What they paid me, pretty much was.
Was someone dear to you murdered by an insect?
No, I just hate them.
Oh, okay.
See, Shimmy just said he waits every day in the Starship Troopers recruitment drive. It's not real.
The bugs, man.
I will go to Clindafu and I will murder every goddamn bug I see.
That was
But Shimmy, the rise of fascism. It was a metaphor, Jim. A metaphor.
Well, will the bugs be dead?
Possibly.
And then it's
What are you
fine
dead
by
with
me.
them?
What are you going to do when you find the big brain bug?
I'm going to kill it.
Yeah?
I'm going to kill it with fire.
Yeah, don't kill the giant brain bug that looks a lot like a vagina.
God, I'm still fucked up over. Please, somebody kill some bugs.
You are a Dickensian orphan transplanted into the world of Starship Troopers.
Somehow the ghost of Kafka's going to show up, and then we're really fucked.
Yeah, I'll
I
kill
hate
him
that
too.
clown. He's a bastard.
He's a roach.
That was a stupid story.
Yeah.
What about the guy who woke up and adds a bug in that one story?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm thinking about the Creep Show short with the headlight. Was that the one? No, it didn't have Leslie Nielsen was in that movie, but there was another short where the guy who was like the neat freak and cockroaches kept showing up.
No, I saw that when I was young. Why do you think I hate bugs?
So that's the secret. Okay, we found it now.
I don't even know what anybody's talking about right now.
Went on a tangent about Creep Show.
Yeah, and also the metamorphosis.
Yeah.
Creepy crawler show.
You know, because Kafka.
You remember that Spider-Man that is made completely out of spiders?
Spiders Man?
Yeah, Spiders Man.
Yeah.
There's also that Guillermo del Toro movie called Mimic, where there's a giant cockroach that transforms into people.
I did like that movie. And there's that Tommy Lee Jones movie where there's a giant space cockroach that pretends to be people.
Dudes in Black.
Oh, man.
Yeah, the
Hey,
dudes.
look, it took a while, but we're building up to the point.
You know what else is Tommy Lee Jones was in?
This movie.
The movie we watched here on Caging Greatness. The show where everything's made up and what we say doesn't really fucking matter. Welcome.
Why start now?
Yeah. We are here, as we always are. I'm joined by my estimable co-hosts, Cannon,
That's right.
Jeremy,
Hi.
and special guest who's never been on the show before, Pat.
Hey, it's Pat in a Hat, and I'm back.
And we are kicking off the month of September with a choice. We watched Firebird.
Hey, this is just Top Gun with helicopters, and it's time for a cultural reevaluation.
There was a little bit of Officer and a Gentleman in there, too, I'm telling you.
But I wasn't carried away by Richard Gere in a naval suit.
No, we were carried away by the death-dealing power of the Apache helicopter.
Hey, there's no stronger force in the sky than a 1990s Apache helicopter.
So many Apache helicopter shots.
I'm sure out there in this great big wide world of ours that there is some military nerd who has a specific fetish for helicopters, and they busted every nut for 90 minutes for this movie.
Hello, RSS helicopter porn. We found your movie. They probably already know it and watch it religiously.
Oh, man.
This is their Roadhouse.
Oh man, I just realized no one called them whirlybirds the entire time. I am
No,
upset
they didn't.
now.
They didn't.
And that's why this movie failed.
Yep, 1 star, full.
Yes, that's the reason.
Did anybody ever watch Ted, that Seth MacFarlane movie?
Yes.
Yes.
You remember the opening narration that Patrick Stewart's doing, where he starts talking about Apache helicopters?
Yes.
Yeah, it's fun. I like that.
Vaguely. It's been a long time since I've seen
That is
movie.
a funny bit in that movie.
Yeah, I'm going to look that up to give you the quote, because every time I hear Apache helicopters, that is my first thought.
Man, what a flick, right?
Wait a minute. Y'all keep talking.
Yeah.
I am proud that this is the movie that I came back to after a month of a hiatus.
You were on an Apache helicopter, weren't you?
See, where do you think I was? I was up in the sky.
Thank you. Yeah.
And Cannon just fished a copy of Ted out of our garbage box. It was deep in the studio.
All right,
It
so
just manifested.
the opening bit of Ted is Patrick Stewart narrating, and he says, "Now, if there's one thing you can be sure of, it's that nothing is more powerful than a young boy's wish, except an Apache helicopter. An Apache helicopter has machine guns and missiles. It is an unbelievably impressive complement of weaponry, an absolute death machine." And so I think of that every time I hear Apache helicopter. So I was thinking about that a lot tonight, where Tommy Lee Jones and Nicolas Cage are Apache pilots flying around death machines.
I mean, by God, they were flying.
Man,
And Sean Young was there too.
Tommy Lee Jones was really excited about killing people in this movie.
I mean, I feel like that's Tommy Lee Jones, but he'll kill you with just the most emotionless, deadpan expression.
I also love how he looked so much younger in this movie than we're used to, but he was still 43 and looked ancient.
Yep.
I love how we were just like, he's 40?
Yeah. I can't go out drinking tonight. I'm 40. Surprise, you're drinking. God damn
It's
it.
like the flip side of last week. It was just like, wait, you're that old? Nah.
And the thing is, Space Cowboys came out 10 years after this, and he's only 50 in that movie, and they're acting like everybody in this movie's on death's door.
Well, yeah, when you're in an Apache helicopter, you're on the edge of life and death.
And you know what? These Apache helicopters are a little too risque for me. I think I go to fucking space.
I mean, Tommy Lee Jones had a better hairline than Nick Cage in this movie.
I mean, a hairline, yes. Crown of his head, not so much.
Everybody had Tommy Lee Jones hair was black, but a lot of the pilots had just jet black hair. It was just like, is this the thing? Did all of y'all go to the salon?
They all like grease.
Yeah.
they just dump their hand into the oil and go.
There's the word.
Yes.
Goddamn grease.
So let's do that thing where we go around, we give our reviews and a brief blurb about what we thought about Firebirds from 1990, the most 80s, 90s movie ever.
I mean, it's on the cusp of night. They just got out of the 80s.
I thought that was Honeymoon in Vegas, though.
I've changed my mind.
I feel like there's just a lot of very 80s movies that came out in the 90s.
So, Cannon.
Yes.
What did you think of Firebirds?
The movie as a whole, not very good. I'm just going to go out and say it. However, I feel like Tommy Lee Jones alone stole the fucking show. And I looking back, I know why now. But on a star rating right now, the Firebirds, 2 stars.
All right. Pat, how about you?
I'm sure, like most everybody on the planet, they're hearing about Firebirds for the first time. Because, man, we had to dig through the rubble to find this little gem. And it's just like, I wouldn't say it's like a bad movie, but it's just kind of a lot of nothing. There's just no real urgency. And I couldn't tell what was more disorientating, the flight scenes or the sex scenes. Because it's just a lot of wild rubbernecking and camera whipping. I'm just like, I don't know what's happening. 2.
Jeremy?
1 star. They didn't call them Whirly Birds. I'm done.
I'm really mad about that.
I'm walking off set.
Never called them Whirly Birds at all. Action set pieces look cool. That's awesome. None of y'all called them Whirly Birds.
But Tommy Lee Jones did pronounce it helicopters.
He did, and I kept noticing that, and I was really hung up on it for a while. But I will say the movie made me remember just how much I enjoy movies with Tommy Lee Jones in them. Just he's just a solid actor.
I mean, he did not give any inflection to anything he said, but by God, it was entertaining because he's just going a mile a minute talking like an old military man, and you believe for every second. So I'm surprised he just didn't come out of the womb a military man.
Well, there's so many times in the movie where it's is he being serious or is he being funny here? His inflection didn't change, but man, he can create some sick burns.
The answer was always yes.
Yeah. And I remember because I think the next movie he did after this was JFK, and then
Fugitive wasn't much longer.
Yeah,
after
Fugitive.
that.
And then, Clear and Present Danger was Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
But I've always enjoyed his movies, so yeah. We can bump it up to a star and a half. The half is for Tommy Lee Jones. The 1 is just because I didn't call him Whirly Birds.
Because that was me. I wasn't sure if I'm gonna be 1.5 or 2. It's on that median line. It's not the worst thing, but also kind of it's not much else.
It got the 2 stars for Tommy Lee alone, in my opinion.
I'll say Tommy Lee gives you the 2. Also, if you really love just vacant shots of just red dirt and rocks too, buddy, I got a movie for you.
Dune. No, I'm kidding.
Which one?
Both.
Oh, you could also say Beetlejuice because the sandworm sounds.
Or Harlan Williams' Rocket Man, where they go on a mission to Mars.
Wow.
Yes.
I love that movie.
All right, what about you?
You know what? Continue the tradition. I thought it was fun. I gave it 3 stars. I didn't hate this movie. It was just if you've listened to the show at all, or as you guys have, if you've listened to me talk for more than 30 minutes, you will know that I am a big fan of 80s style action movies with montages and
There's
real
at least
plot
a couple
to speak
montages
of.
in there.
Even though I'm not usually big into the military stuff, I don't like Top Gun. I've never been a fan of Top Gun.
That's why I watch it for the gay stuff.
But I thought this was fun. I enjoyed the back and forth between Cage and Tommy Lee Jones. I dig a little motion sick during the ridiculous helicopter. Like it looks like they shot them doing one run through a canyon and then just cut that shit 1,000 times over and over.
I mean, I wouldn't blame you if you got vertigo watching this movie.
I mean, there was legitimately at least 7 minutes spread throughout the movie of helicopters in front of a sunset and or a moon.
Hey, look, that's big fucking brain. She opened the movie with the helicopter and the sun, and the helicopter and the moon. Mm-hmm. Why does it just give it an award?
But I thought it was fun. I liked the movie. I gave it 3 stars. Like, it wasn't bad.
Nice.
I mean, I wouldn't say like I don't regret watching it, but it's also like just kind of a big shrug.
Yeah, like I'm never gonna watch it again. Like if it was on TV, I would still change the channel. But I didn't hate watching it.
Hey, just give us a super cut of Tommy Lee Jones.
It's like on the flip side of that coin, like Tommy Lee. Mm-hmm. It's like I didn't hate my time either. However, I don't think it's good. Let's go ahead and get it out of the bag. I don't get like motion sickness watching like shit like this. You know what I'm reminded of? Jiu-Jitsu. You remember that shit?
Oh, God, the first person scene, yeah.
Every time they are in the air flip-flopping between different helicopters, I felt like I was dying a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, I did get a little sick. I felt a little sick, at least.
There was definitely one dip in that final confrontation. I was just like, my head just went whoosh.
Yeah. And, like, I watched Cloverfield when it hit theaters, and I watched, like, a pre-screening because I was an employee at the time, and guys like, hey, look, we're going to need to put a warning on this. Why is that? Because I'm about to vomit.
Yeah.
Like, this is bad.
Cloverfield was fine. That's baby shit. This was like, ugh.
So, like, I get motion sick, and this got me a bit. Thankfully, I was sitting far away from the TV. Pat, you were right up in that shit. So, yeah, I
hey, you better stop talking shit over there. Shit. And like point to an empty corner.
He wanted
You pointed me over there.
Oh, you've roused Frank.
Abaddon?
I'm not Abaddon.
How come we never seen Frank and Abaddon in the same room at the same time?
I'm right fucking here.
Fuck, we're in danger.
Pat just wanted like the D-Bots experience.
Yeah.
They got the 4XD.
I mean, next time I can.
There it goes. I forgot to turn it off.
I was waiting for that chair to just collapse.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that would have been
Funniest.
great.
But yeah.
It's going to collapse right as we get plugged, falling flat on my ass.
But yeah, no, it's 3 stars. It's not a terrible movie. So here's the plot. Here's the plot of the movie. I'm going to tell you everything that happens major story beat wise. Okay, talking to you, the listener, especially you and Tappahannock. We love you guys. So Nicolas Cage is an Apache pilot, or he's a helicopter pilot, and they're taking down the cartels because this is 1989 and the war on drugs and George Bush.
This movie was actually produced by Nancy Reagan.
So they're on a mission. They get taken out by a terrorist helicopter pilot mercenary dude for the cartels. And so he's mad. So the army calls in Tommy Lee Jones, who's a great helicopter pilot. And he trains a bunch of people, including Nick Cage, who's still in love with his ex-fiancée, Sean Young, to be a good Apache pilot because the Apache's new and shiny. And so they train him. And then they all go on a mission and they win. And that's every major story beat in this film.
I mean,
every single one.
I mean, it's just Top Gun, but with
Helicopters.
infuriatingly less homoerotic tension.
There's no volleyball scene.
There's no need for speed. There's need for Cage and Sean Young to have sex.
And
After
you're
just
just
so
as
much
you're
innuendo.
just as sick to your stomach.
There's a whole cartel subplot with no fucking cartel to be seen.
I would also like to point out, and this is my favorite part of this, is that the villain, whose name I have forgotten, but who flew the Scorpion helicopter, if you remember, he never speaks a word.
Nope.
Well, wait. We see the cartel in like shots, and I'm telling you,
Like
I
in
never
nude
saw
shots.
Yeah, I never saw drugs. They clearly just showed up to that landing strip because those guys were having a barbecue, and the U.S. Army was like,
It's
"Fuck
almost
those
as
guys."
if the war on drugs is just kind of a false flag operation.
There was a barbecue in South America, and those guys were just
Chief, I hear them. They're playing La Bamba. I'm going to open fire.
Y'all having fun? Fuck that.
and apparently this like quote cartel has like 2 jets ample military firepower. But the bit was when it doesn't make any sense to tell this in order because who fucking cares? It's boring. Because like.
I mean, when did we ever? Because, like, how do you know? You've never been here, Pat.
Hey, you know what? First time here, I feel like I fit right in. And so, like, the final confrontation when they have all the jets in their blankies and they're just waking up in the morning, and it looks like Tommy Lee Jones is having to piss on a rock.
No, he slept standing up. Remember, that's what they told him.
He's got to be ready, eager beaver, because you can't fly that jet without having like just your dick in your hand. And then they jibber jabber about some horse shit, and then all of a sudden everything just starts exploding. And I was convinced they just parked their planes in a minefield.
No, it was Michael Bay. Yeah. Michael Bay was standing on the ridgeline with his binoculars like, there's too many military vehicles.
Line them up, boys.
Just that, here we go. And it's the scene from Tropic Thunder where he's, damn it, Brad just points, Mother Nature just pisses himself.
That's like, and I'm going to exaggerate this point again. No cartel. Shit is just exploding.
Right. They don't even show the helicopter or the jets or anything like in B-roll. Everything's just exploding.
And then there was the one guy who took a long nap. He's not dead.
And like none of the helicopters got hit.
Oh, one.
Like the tent went boom, and then just the ground kept going boom. And the choppers were fucking fine until they get in the air, and then one of them
people
dies.
Are flying in the air.
They all took off in sequence.
The cartel just like hired some stormtroopers, and they're just like,
and then immediately they go and they find the barbecue, and they're like, "We've got them," and then the jets fly. I'm like, "Oh shit, we've got jets!" And I'm not gonna lie, there was a part in my brain that was like, how is helicopters going to stand up to the firepower of a jet?
Well, one of them didn't, but then Sean Young gets one of the missiles off the Apache and fires it like a bazooka at the jet and blows it up.
No, fucking rips the missile out and throws it at that
After Tommy Lee Jones word salads like all of these things to her the whole time.
Yeah, let me just like throw a bunch of jargon at you so you can just like Lego piece this rocket launcher together, and then hey, she blew up a jet with a rocket.
No, she didn't.
Snort on that sucker.
She didn't just blow it up. She shot him in the ass. That's what Tommy Lee Jones told him to do.
God, she didn't blow that fucking craft up. She fucking nuked it.
Yeah. And then like all back. What was it when Nick Cage finally catches up to the bad guy? He just unloads like all of his missiles on the missile.
Turns on all of his guns, hits all his missile. There's literally a shot of like the evil Armenian grandpa that's flying this thing, just getting lit up with bullets, and then kaboom! Come on!
Did you kill him? Yeah,
I'd say so.
No, he's still alive. There has to be like Firebirds 2.
I found a page of the Tommy Lee Jones quotes.
Let's go.
Goddamn right.
We have, boy, you're going to be busier than a 3-peckered goat.
I think they just let Tommy Lee Jones go. He didn't have any script.
This is when he was describing what he expects Nicolas Cage to be. A first-class all-American hero with his heart and brain wired together, cooking full-tilt boogie for freedom and justice.
Yes.
Yeah.
You used the word boogie and justice in the same sentence.
And God bless him for it.
When we have mastered these tactics, we will use them to seek out and confront the forces of evil and kill them deader than hell.
That's true.
Deader than
I don't see the problem in any of these lines.
Meanwhile, Satan's like, he's coming for me finally.
And then when the bad guy, whose name is Stoller, doesn't matter. Nobody fucking cares.
You don't even hardly see his face.
No. He's trying to shoot down Sean Young, who Nicolas Cage has been boinking. And Nicolas Cage is chasing him like, you're not touching her, you filthy piece of shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
My personal favorite when he's teaching Cage how to fly the super jet properly. It's like, show me the world, boy.
Like the main villain in this movie, who doesn't say a word, and he's just always in a helicopter.
I mean, the main villain, like you see for pictures of for 5 minutes, then 10 minutes at the end.
He reminds me. You see Mallrats, right?
Yeah.
The security guard. LaFleur.
He's LaFleur. That's who he looked like. Oh my god.
If that's fucking LaFleur, I'm gonna shit.
Oh my shit.
But let's be honest here.
Be on the LaFleur.
The real villain of this movie is eye dominance.
Yes.
You learn a lot about eye dominance in this movie.
Yeah. Because Nicolas Cage has weird off-center eye dominance, so he can't use the helmet properly, and then Tommy Lee Jones sticks a fucking periscope on his eye with panties and makes him drive.
Like actual
and he's
ass
fine.
panties.
He's good. Yeah.
I didn't realize it. I thought it was a bit, but then like in that next shot, it was actual underwear.
That whole sequence would have been so much funnier when they're driving if they just like put the Benny Hill music on.
Yeah. I think most of this movie would have been better with Benny Hill music.
Yeah.
The two helicopters just like.
Nobody's hitting for shit.
I would give it a 2.5 stars on that.
To be fair, it had a good soundtrack. A lot of Phil Collins. I love Phil Collins. Big fan of Phil Collins.
Good stuff. Love me some
The
Phil
relationship between Nick Cage and Young's character made me uncomfortable at times.
Yeah, it was very 90s, you know what I'm saying?
It's like this movie is actually a prequel story to James Caan's character in Honeymoon in Vegas.
Yes, he probably saw this movie and was like, "That's me."
Like, it was uncomfortable, yes. I did feel a bit better after like the first 20 minutes where you realize, okay, they used to be in a relationship.
Yes.
He already knows her. He's not just being this weird with someone he met literally 30 seconds ago.
I felt like I was missing
But he's
something.
still being very
He was
fucking
being
weird.
very forward.
Yes, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But like slightly less uncomfortable than you would think.
Slightly. It's a battle of margins, folks. And I checked, and Stoller might be uncredited.
Oh, seriously? It's okay, Stoller.
Hell, he might have just been the stunt pilot for the shots they had.
It's the one guy flying the whole every plane.
He'll still be the Scorpion pilot mercenary of our hearts.
I feel like they just had like a civilian enthusiast. It's like, sir, we just need someone who can fly a helicopter whip smart.
Okay, apparently his name is Burt Ryan. I did find that.
Okay.
And
We should get him on the show.
he's probably dead.
Damn.
Like, let's be real.
We saw him die in the movie.
Quick, get the Ouija board.
He's super dead in the movie. It's just blood everywhere. And he exploded.
We'll summon him and the ghost of Kafka, and we'll just have it out.
A Kafka versus a Roach versus Scorpion. That's a pretty good match.
Yeah.
He is known for Firebirds
Yeah. Classic film.
and Firebirds.
Like Firebirds is like the sequel?
Yeah, Firebird's Maverick.
Firebirdemic?
Okay, he was actually a director, a film director.
Oh.
His only acting credit is Firebirds, but according to Google, his director credits
He's actually Neil Breen.
are, I'll read a few of them to you. Best Buns on the Beach,
Okay.
Battling Beauties,
Barbecue movie.
Beverly Hills Call Girls,
Oh, Christmas
Oh,
films.
man.
Satin Dolls,
I'm noticing a trend here.
Pet of the Year Playoff 2005.
Oh, real auteur, if you will.
Yeah, so I think he was a porn director. Yeah.
What?
Nice.
Who just happened to be in Firebirds.
No,
Oh, yeah, those are porn movies.
You got to get started in business somehow.
He's credited as a writer for Stripper of the Year,
Oh, God.
The Wildest Office Party, and Starlet Screen Test 2.
I've seen that
That's a
one.
real banger.
And
I have not
he
seen
directed, as I said, Satin Dolls and Beverly Hills Call Girls. And he was a producer for things like Best Chest in the West,
Wait,
Big Bust Casting Call,
Oh, dear.
Stripper of the Year, and Bare Necessities.
man.
Hey,
He is on Letterboxd.
Is that a Jungle Book parody? Please
gonna-
tell me it's not a Jungle Book parody.
No, this woman's in an office dress.
Okay.
You're going to
good.
have to slap an M rating on this episode.
we already have the explicit tag.
And don't forget the Perfect Body Contest. I hear that was fantastic.
Is Lex Luger on that episode?
Well, to go off this on the stripper thing, the bar that they were in the movie was actually a strip club that they converted into the set for the bar.
They had a neon helicopter. Now, how is that not a copter bar?
So that line that Nick Cage says, like,
Yeah.
wow.
It was accurate.
It was very accurate. Holy shit. And it's like, what? This place is for what?
That was like-
Strippers and what?
I think that was like one of the only.
Scandalous? Or I don't know.
I think it's like one of the only few notes that I had on my, like looking up this movie was like, oh, apparently the bar was a strip club.
Maybe that's where they met Mr. Ryan.
Well, you know, if they make a sequel to like Firebirds, they can just do it about his character.
Where
like,
do you think they found Stripper of the Year?
yeah, exactly. They need to tell us about that, how that restaurant went from a strip club to a bar and how he got fired and became a mercenary for hire for the cartel.
Full circle. This is also the strip club that Kevin Nash worked for.
Yep.
Also, I'm gonna plug it. Listen to the Click This podcast with him and Sean Oliver. It's fucking good.
It has been very good.
I have been, getting bored with wrestling podcasts here as of late, but this, I've always loved their banter, like especially with the shoot interviews they did back in the day, and now they got a show together. Click This with Big Sexy himself and Sean Oliver. It's fucking great.
Yeah, I'd like Freddie Prinze Jr.'s wrestling podcast if there wasn't a commercial every 6 minutes.
You gotta make that money
See,
somehow.
that's what
It's
happens.
a 30-minute show.
and
And they're like 3-minute commercials.
So
it's ridiculous.
so it's like watching TV on TNT.
It's
We're
worse.
listening to the commercials. Even worse.
Yeah, like there's no picture-in-picture for Freddie Prinze Jr.'s podcast.
Hey, AYC, CMT, and TM, pod and pod.
Oh my god! Like audio and audio.
There you go.
Fucking ad. It's
be
like, all right,
terrible.
well, you're gonna listen to this ad while we still bullshit. It's like, here, somebody just start rambling about something.
Hey, I think it's really crazy. The time
Does your dick not work? Bluetooth.com. Oh, that's right. Chew on this,
elderly
and
man,
your
but
dick
he's
will
not
get rock
really that
hard, or your
old.
money
No, he's
back.
not that old at all.
And now back to the show.
Incongruent.
Yeah. God, that would be the worst.
Hey, you know what? Big brain idea.
BlueApron.com.
Yum.
Do you want to cook shit
Commentary
and don't want to
podcast.
shop?
I
Just
think it's
fucking
gonna be a
order
hit.
shit from our
You heard it
website.
here
We'll
first.
send it to your house.
Actually, we could do picture-in-picture. All I'd have to do when I'm editing is move the ad to one ear and the show to the other.
There you go.
That's diabolical.
No, what we have to do at some point, you have to do the Cage and Cage show where it's like record one episode and then do a second episode and put one in one ear and one in the other. So it's like, and now we're going to go to our spinoff smaller Cage show. And it's just like talking about some bit he did somewhere.
That's how you get the ear equivalent of what Cage had in this movie.
It's going to be left ear dominant. We'll see how fast our numbers drop after that episode.
Well, you know where our numbers aren't going to drop? Tappahannock, Virginia. That's right, man.
Y'all are representing Tappahannock.
In the past 2 days, 136 listens from Tappahannock.
God
Hey,
bless you.
Katie Greatness finally found their Columbus, Ohio.
Yep. And you know what? We get a lot of listens from Columbus, too.
I mean, it's the bleed over, brother.
Oh, and today, just today, in fact, I was at the shop, which is where I always am because I've lost control of my life. So I'm sitting there, these two guys walk in. They're real nice, and they're just looking around. They were asking about Legion, the show Legion, about the X-Man Legion.
Oh,
they're like, hey, is there anything he's in? Like, nope, not a goddamn thing. Marvel has really dropped the ball on that. And like, oh, okay. So they looked around a while, and they said, how much for this Nicolas Cage standee that you've got in here? I was like, oh, that's not for sale. That was a gift. And they go, oh, from the guys who do that Nicolas Cage podcast?
Fuck off, you're shitting me.
I said, you mean the one that's local? Like, yeah, those guys that do the podcast locally. It's like, I am he. I am Spartacus. Oh shit! Really? Yeah. No. It's me and my friends. That's our podcast. Yeah. Oh, we love that show. We keep telling our friends about it. It's like, oh, that's awesome and kind of terrifying. But yay!
It's like, yo, we have fans. Like, oh shit, we have fans.
Great. Yeah.
Please don't tell people how much we say butt pussy.
What, Mom? What's pussy?
It's one thing when they're in Dublin or Tappahannock or
We don't have to look them in their eyes.
anywhere but here, right? But like in real life, oh, I love your shows. Like, oh,
It's
neat. I don't know how to deal with in-person compliments. Oh my god!
Also, don't put our faces to these voices.
If you could just go leave us a review.
Charles Styles Mystery Diners. Charles Styles Mystery Diner. Blue dot over my face. Charles Styles Mystery Diners.
As he slowly turns to a pile them up.
So
Just like Senator Kelly in the X-Men.
Oh, that part freaked me out when I saw it.
That part confused me.
dude, I had I think it was the Mystique action figure from the X-Men that came with half weird mutated fish Senator Kelly, but like it's his head, and then the rest of his body is just squiggly rubber, but it's full of those beads, right? It's sort of vacuum sealed.
It's a penis.
It's horrific, and I'm going to look up a picture.
What? I always wanted a action figure of a politician horrifically morphing into a blob.
Like it is.
They make Trump figures.
Okay, I'm sorry. It came with Jean Grey, and here it is. Enjoy that nightmare fuel.
Well, I guess this is payback from the Willem Dafoe thing earlier, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it is.
That was a choice. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, I guess true to form, like X-Men.
Nope. No, sir, don't like it.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, we'll put that.
It's like a dehydrated Stretch
That should be-
Armstrong.
No, it had the same consist. Like I said, it's vacuum sealed with beads in it. Came with the Jean Grey figure, who also came with a little like squishy toad spit thing you could put on her face.
She got
Man.
spitted.
Yeah, they spit it
I'm
on.
glad that they actually remembered that at X-Men, not everyone's hot and has sexy power. Sometimes you just turn into like a nutsack. And
Where's Beak, goddammit? I want to see Beak.
My favorite thing was the Mystique figure from that came with rubber Wolverine.
Rubber
like
Wolverine.
overall things.
Like-
It's like you could put her in these weird clothes that came with the toy to make her look like Wolverine. But here's the problem. It did not look like Wolverine. Oh no. It looked like it was not good. Like Wolverine's like if Wolverine had gotten a severe head injury, right? Because it's just Mystique, it's Rebecca Romaine, like she's I'm standing there blue and sexy. Right?
I love how they give her like a sexy pose as like a figure and just like this rubber skin suit to wear.
Yeah.
That looks like if somebody dropped an anvil on Wolverine and he did the accordion thing from
Like it's just missing like the ring of Tweety birds around his
like,
head.
and like the gloves are just like fist gloves, but her hands are splayed, so they would catch and poke through the rubber and shit. It was not good.
I feel like they added the rubber stuff after the fact.
Does it have a button where it screeches after you knock off the blades?
That would have been much better, actually.
That was always a funny bit in that movie to me.
It's like, oh god, my bones.
Oh, here we go. This is what it looked like when it was fully assembled.
Oh no!
I love how we have Hugh Jackman's like flesh like suit, just like doing like a sexy, it's
like a
poking hip out maneuver.
It's like if
like a
somebody
homunculus
like
or something.
made a lifelike Wolverine from a Game Boy Color game or something.
It's like, have you seen those giant rubber masks that people wear that look like they're like lifelike,
No, they're
but
not.
just look like disturbing?
Yeah, it's terrifying.
It's not good.
We were we went back up to my hometown this weekend, and there's like a consignment shop or like an antique mall. It's called like Patches, and it's like you would think for like middle of nowhere Alabama, it's like all these, but there's this one booth that had nothing but like freaky mask like that and baby dolls that had been painted, and they made, whoever runs the booth made this weird homemade face hugger thing in a glass case, and it was just like, we're just standing there staring at it like, what? This is awesome. The rest of this stuff sucks
Until it starts moving.
No, I got the hell out of Dodge after that point. If something had started moving, I would have made it for the front door. But also, weirdly enough, when you walk into this like antique mall place, there's a giant Sasquatch statue, and there's all these little like car magnets that are like silhouettes of Sasquatch, and you're like, oh, Sasquatch is awesome, and then you realize what he's holding in his hands. Some of them's got a gun, some of them's got the little "don't tread on me, step on snake" flag.
It's like, no, you can't.
And I'm just like,
Appropriate Sasquatch's image in your fucking bigoted rhetoric. Sorry.
that's all I could think of was Sasquatch wouldn't go for any of this shit. Sasquatch just fuck off and go and do what he wants.
Sasquatch don't play that.
Yeah. He'd walk out of the woods and be like, "Oh, fuck that noise." And
That's why I tread on you with them big ass fucking feet. You kidding me?
that's why no one can
It's like,
find
oh
him.
no, Sasquatch, don't step on me.
I'm just saying. Maybe the Hendersons were a little more far right than we thought when Harry went and lived with them for a while.
Hey, but now we're going to get a new Sasquatch for today's political climate with Jesse Eisenberg playing Bigfoot.
Now I've just got this image in my head of like Harry sitting on the couch watching Fox News.
Oh God!
And just clicking like occasionally, and like some infomercials come on. It's like eugenics, and he's like,
It's like, no. It's like, God damn it, Chevy Chase. You left Fox News on and now Sasquatch is a fucking racist. It's just like Bigfoot with like a MAGA hat on.
oh God, like you just see like everybody in like wearing the hats, and then all of a sudden in the far back you just see this towering Harry in the background. It's like, Harry, no!
I can't believe Bigfoot was there on the Capitol riot.
That's how they broke down the door.
Oh no,
So-
Bigfoot's racist.
Bigfoot was there on January 6th.
All right, so that reminds me of one of my favorite jokes. I think I've told you, Cannon, but I don't think I've told you guys. So last night I had a dream that I was on a beach, walking down the beach with Bigfoot. And we were walking, and I turned around and I looked, and I saw during the hardest times of my life, there was only one set of footprints in the sand. And I turned to Bigfoot and I said, Bigfoot, during these difficult times when I needed you the most, why did you leave me? Why was there only one set of footprints in the sand? And Bigfoot looked at me and said, I love that joke.
Well, you know, Alabama has a Bigfoot, and it's called White Fang.
The Alabama White Thang. Not thing, thang.
Okay, like I've never heard of this. That's
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's legit. It's the Alabama cryptid.
Yeah, it's kind of like just like a long, woolly-haired Bigfoot, but with big red
Whereas
eyes.
the woods guy that I work with at work, hi Clay, if you're listening, he calls it a wood ape or something like that.
Wood ape.
Oh, sort of like a skunk ape from Florida.
Yeah, but they're like. Now we got into, when I was like young, like little, like my mom and with all of her friends would go to the park to hang out because that was like the thing to do to bring your like kid. And
Who ever heard
I'm
of such
sitting
a
in the back and I'm like asleep in the seat, and I remember waking up, and so like how you go into the park, there's like these two big trees, and I remember sitting there and looking over by the trees, and I saw like a face like come out and like poke around the edge of the tree, and I was like, what the hell's that? And I remember like just kind of ignoring it because I'm a kid, you know, whatever. And I remember asking my mom's friends about it, and they were like, oh no, that's the monkey man. And they were just like cool with it. And then we like drive out, and I can see this thing like looking out from behind the tree. I'm like, oh, that shit like scares the shit out of me as a kid. Talking about like cryptids.
You know, just keep playing on the jungle gym with this monster.
No, I mean it's just like nighttime in a local park.
Even worse.
So nighttime in the woods in Alabama, people are seeing a large thing that's entirely white.
Well, no, this wasn't the white thing. This was
This was something else.
I was gonna say, are we sure?
Like, Jim, you're crossing your wires with cryptids here, and I will not allow it.
Okay.
Here on Cajun Greatness, we always talk about cryptids and love cryptids, and we're sorry.
Cajun cryptids.
Sorry, Bigfoot. We don't think you're racist.
That's going to be the spin off in your other earphone.
Yep, sure is.
And now we're going to go to picture in picture.
We'll be right back with restaurant quality pot and pie.
So, do you think anybody's going to give us shit for this one for not talking about Firebirds?
Hey, we talked about it a good bit.
There's really not a lot to
It's just the Mojave Desert for 90 minutes.
with helicopters.
Yeah.
And helicopters. If you're horny for helicopters, by fucking God, you got a 5-star movie on your hands.
I will reel it back in just a tad bit, just a little bit. I think I know why I love Tommy Lee Jones' performance so much in this movie, even though it's from a movie that came years after this. I close my eyes and it's Chip fucking Hazard from Small Soldiers.
Oh,
That was on our box office.
yeah, that was on our box office game the other day.
Really?
Yeah, and
I fucking love that movie.
we were having that guy. Because I talked about how I saw all of the. I'd always see it in the VHS tapes when I'd like watch it. I loved that movie.
I could never get into it. I don't
Yeah.
know. I just Like I watched it, it just didn't hit with me. I guess, but I
man.
saw the fucking ads on the back of every comic book that.
Oh yeah, that's totally a movie.
He also played a drill sergeant in Captain America 1.
Yes, he did.
Every time I see him, though, all I can think of, like the thing that flashes in my head whenever I'm always just like, he plays like dry characters, is I jump straight to the fact that he played Two-Face in Batman Forever and looked like he was having a blast.
Yeah,
I cannot sanction that buffoonery.
He is. He just, that entire movie, he looks, he's having just like the grandest of times. And I'm just like, Tommy Jones, why aren't you like this any other time?
Because they let him out of his cage once, and it was too much. They had him reel him back in. Sorry, Tommy, you got to go back in.
He got too close to Jim Carrey, and some of the crazy was just leaching out.
He saw how close he was to madness, and he didn't like it.
he kept acting after that, but just like stayed in Two-Face makeup the whole time.
Yeah. Hey, Mr. Jones, we're going to need you to leave.
Mr. Jones isn't here.
He like flips a coin and then catches it and like does the whole Two-Face thing.
Like
Right? When he points his gun, you just lay down and just play along with it.
hires Drew Barrymore and that other woman for some reason to
Drew
just follow him
Barrymore
around.
is in that movie.
Yeah, she is.
We were having. I'm sorry.
Blue
So today, they on my new to order screen, they're doing small statues of Batman Forever, and I thought of you, Cannon, because they're doing Batman and they're doing Robin and they're doing the Riddler, and that's it. There's no Two-Face.
You're fucking kidding
It's
me.
probably gonna be in the next wave, but there is no Two-Face so far.
I bet I know what the chase is. Goddamn Chase Meridian. I mean,
They just added her to the comics about 2 months ago.
that's not surprising.
Yeah, for the first time ever.
They get a little pop every now and then. Oh, I remember her from that one movie.
Looks nothing like Nicole Kidman.
I was about to
She's
say,
a psychiatrist.
That was Nicole
She
Kidman's
looked
character.
like Samuel L. Jackson.
That would have been funnier. No, just random redheaded lady.
I watched that movie way too much as a kid because it was like one of the few movies I owned at the time, because our version of the first Batman and Batman Returns was VHS ripped off of HBO so we could watch one.
Nice. It's the car. Chicks dig the car.
Yep.
This is why Superman works alone.
Chicks dig the helicopter.
I just remember the opening sequence of like them and the helicopter and the guard in there going, "It's acid!" And it's just like, no shit, man.
Oh
no.
I fucking love Batman Forever.
But you know what? It gave us "Kiss from a Rose."
Goddamn right it did.
Seal is one of my favorite singers.
That song is an.
Baby.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no. What?
That's what
There's something. I have a friend who she trolls me with this song, like used to, like whatever. I could be anywhere and she would like play this song over speakers, and I'd be like looking around, like, God damn! You mean no, not the song again?
Yeah.
With
a great
the
song.
luscious tones.
That's one of my go-to karaoke songs, bro.
Then that shot of the music video where he's just on the rooftop and the shirt's unbuttoned and the bat signals in the background.
It's fantastic. My favorite part about both Joel Schumacher Batman movies was the soundtracks.
Hey, time for Katie Greatness to rank top 10 Batman soundtracks.
Fucking Smashing Pumpkins, Bone Thugs and Harmony,
Yep.
R. Kelly, that one song.
You know
also, let's talk about
Also, that one Chris Daughtry Batman song from the game.
That's true.
I'm not familiar with that one.
I did fucking love that R. Kelly song.
Was it
though.
Arkham
It was a
Asylum?
good
Or
song.
I think it was Arkham City. There's a full-fledged album with like songs with Chris Daughtry having the lead single from it.
He's a huge fucking comic
I
fan.
mean, he's a big nerd. He loves Batman.
like we talked about this, I think 2 weeks ago. He did a Batman cover.
Hey, you know what? Cage Greatness, Cage and Daughtry.
Aging Daltrey.
Dodging Daltrey.
Yeah, I played Doctor Strange in a Bat in the Sun joint. I mentioned that before.
Hugo Strange.
Dr. Hugo Strange.
Yeah, not Steven.
Yeah, different Strange.
Yeah. Well, it is a multiverse of madness.
This is my multiverse of madness.
I already forgot what I was going to say. God damn it.
We were talking about Seal and Tommy Lee Jones.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about the song Gotham City by R. Kelly.
Yeah.
Like,
I fucking love that song.
that no one, he just never read a comic in his life. Nope. That's
All I'm thinking is,
City of Justice.
Nope.
I'm just thinking about all the
City of Love.
Also incorrect. R.
City
Kelly.
of Peace.
That's wrong.
For
Wildly.
every one of us? You mean everyone in Gotham City?
Ridiculously
Because we all
incorrect,
need
R. Kelly.
it.
Hey, it's the
They can't live without
idealized
Gotham
version
City.
of Gotham. It lives in Batman's head and
I mean,
in
like
his pants.
maybe the Adam West Gotham, but like,
I don't know. The first episode of that series, someone died. Not a lot of people talk about that.
What, the show Gotham?
No, in the Batman 66 series.
Oh,
like there is a death in like episode 1.
Oh.
Batman just murders the son of a bitch.
You know, that was a string of good R. Kelly movie songs because he did World's Greatest for Ali. I love that song too. And I'm glad he's in jail.
Welcome to Shimpy's R. Kelly Apologist Corner.
Hang on, no, don't put that on me.
Well, see him lifting it up.
Put it on yourself.
Look, I can. These two statements can be true: is that he made good music and he's a terrible piece of shit. Those are not mutually exclusive.
They're not mutually exclusive. Where you separate the art from the artist is your personal decision.
I was going to say they're
But
separated.
everyone will hold you guilty regardless.
I was going to say they're separated by a jail wall, but you know.
Well, I mean, we did spend like a whole hour praising Gary Busey, only for like 3 days fucking later.
For him just to shit the bed.
Yeah. Thanks, Gary Busey.
God.
Time makes fools of us all.
Same thing happened with Color Out of Space. Richard Shelby. Oh, I love this director. He's great. He what now? He did what to his wife?
Damn
That's terrible.
That was like the Kevin Spacey stuff with like, I loved Baby Driver. That movie was great. And then like a few months later, all that shit happened. And I was
Kevin Spacey was my favorite actor for years.
Same.
And it's like, fuck. Why can't the talented people also not be pieces of shit?
And the worst part was, I remember like talking to my cousin. We'd gone and I was like, Baby Driver was my favorite movie that year. And he was like, still your favorite movie? I'm like, it's really tough for me to say that right now.
It's like, I don't say that in mixed company. Because, it turns out that cast for Baby Driver is not looking super hot these days with, like, the main guy, he having, like, some sex pest problems, and, like, John Hamm leading people around with by their nutsack and a claw hammer.
That being said, I just saw that movie not too long ago for the first time.
Yeah.
4 stars. That's a great fucking movie.
Edgar Wright is one of my favorite directors.
He's fantastic.
He makes solid movies. Like we finally got around to watching last night in Soho, and that was good.
Super great.
Matt Smith is fucking terrifying in that movie.
And you know what? I'm glad
He's
he did
terrifying
that.
in Morbius for different reasons.
I'm glad Matt Smith did that, and now he's got the success with House of the Dragon, because I like that guy, and I want him to do well.
Yeah, that poor guy, I'm glad he got a franchise to put behind him.
Well, after Doctor Who, he did have Terminator Genesis and Morbius. Ugh. So those are career killers on their own.
Look, we all can't be Christopher Eccleston or David Tennant.
Yeah, where you don't get a franchise and have a great career afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in Firebirds,
There's nothing left to say.
Nicolas Cage lands in Vegas.
yeah,
And
That's a bit from a few episodes back.
I listened to it.
I was honestly going back in my head like, does he land a helicopter in Vegas anywhere? It's like, no.
Yeah,
no.
the second part of Cage's Vegas trilogy.
It's like, I shit you not, other than the shots, the long extended shots that were obviously reused like 3 or 4 times for the
45
credits.
minutes,
If you go back and clock it, I bet no one shot of a helicopter in the sky lasts longer than a second. It is so many fucking jump cuts. Kevin goddamn Dunn was the cinematographer for the
You're
fucking
right.
sky cam. Okay,
the steadiest helicopter shot is Sean Young's copter, which has the camera on it, and you just see it fucking peeking over a hill like a scared rabbit or some shit. And I don't know if that was real or if they just had that camera and just shoved it up a hill real quick. I don't see nothing wrong with it.
I kept waiting for her helicopter to make C-3PO noises, like R2-D2 just go back down.
it's the biggest webcam I've ever seen.
It has this big old ball on top of it, and I'm just waiting for it to start making
It was the trash compactor scene. That's all that fucking thing was.
I was really upset that they set up the whole part where she's talking about her helicopter, we scout ahead for you and we can be distractions, or we can even use our lasers thing to blind enemy pilots. And I'm like, they're totally going to use that as a way to beat the bad guy. Never happens at
Chekhov's
all.
laser was not used.
You bastards. You
he was
set it
just
up.
too damn fast.
Between that and whirlybirds,
Hey,
Firebird.
sometimes Chekhov's gun fires some blanks.
All right, we got to talk about the scene where they're in the simulation chamber.
where I was having strong lawnmower man flashbacks.
Yeah, I
Jesus.
felt that shit.
Hey, kids, you heard about this newfangled thing called VR?
I don't see how that level of graphics could help anybody fly a fucking helicopter.
Other than just give you a migraine.
Especially when Nick Cage is screaming repeatedly, "I am the greatest!"
Man.
Like
He was losing it there. He was going full, just like crazed.
Yeah, I was like, and that's another thing. Like, speaking of pilots, other than like bits and moments like that, Cage not only felt like he was on autopilot for like 80% of the movie, but he looked like he ain't slept in a day. Motherfucker looked like he rolled off the set of Bringing Out the Dead, and this was not there yet.
Do y'all remember that one liner when during one of the sequences, like that the final pass, and he says like, my mom only calls me that. I'm your mother now, and it's like out of nowhere.
See, mommy issues. It's fucking honeymoon in Vegas again.
In the middle of a fight with Sean Young, he just kicks the air for no good reason. It's a high kick.
Mad.
I'm just trying to protect you. Flash dance.
He's like, I'm gonna kick Chevy Chase right in the face.
Super kick.
And he gets into a fight with what looks like a Texas guy in the stripper bar.
Yeah, he just beat some dude up for dancing with his ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, because that's not toxic at all.
To be fair, the dude was wearing a bolo tie. He had it coming.
You said he deserved it because of his tie. Bolo ties are fucking weird. Okay,
Yeah.
I will give you that. I had to wear one once to like make my grandfather happy one time, and I was like, yeah, sure, this one time. But I looked down like the whole time. I'm like, why this? Who thought these looked good ever?
People from Texas.
Your grandma, apparently.
Oh, my grandpa.
Yeah, no, I mean, but he liked it, and apparently she did too. Because
She probably would have sided
That's
with
a
me.
big assumption. She tolerated it.
I'm old school with my ties. I like them, ties.
So look like a tie, yeah.
same.
It's just a loop you put around your neck. It's like, oh, let me strangle you real quick.
Or like a fire chain, like Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
But not a firebird.
Not a firebird, a fire skull.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we are coming up on the hour mark. Do we have any more we want to say? Should we take a break?
I think this fire and this bird's all burned up.
Has been birded.
Okay.
It is not rising from the ashes like the phoenix.
Now, before we go, I do want to just one visual bit. This cannot be a visual bit at all. But
the
God damn it!
ad, yeah.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen at home, I shit you not. When I got back from my break at work today, I got back, a few minutes early, so I'm scrolling on my phone, just on Facebook and whatnot. I took a screenshot of a legit advertisement that I saw on Facebook that I shit you not, that if I reposted on Facebook, my account would probably get terminated.
Zuckerberg was trying to trap you.
It is a sponsored ad. It has sponsored on it. And it says from Health with the letter E. I'm just going to show y'all the image.
Okay.
This was on my Facebook page.
Right.
All right. Hold my breath. What the fuck?
It's just porn.
That's just porn.
It's
Man,
just actual
that's just
intercourse.
actual porn. Yep.
Man,
I was like, oh my God, this is real life right now.
That is porn.
I thought the time that I got a Wish ad for a little baggie with white powder and a fucking straw was iffy. Also, they gave me a no-no message for sharing that screenshot from their fucking website, mind you.
Cannon, do you think that ad was directed by the guy who played Staller in this movie?
yeah, exactly. He heard that we were doing this film.
Oh God, it's all coming around.
We don't know if he's alive or not.
He directed the ad.
Yeah.
He works for Health E, sponsored by porn.
Sponsored by Stripper of the Year.
Wow, those Blue Chew ads are really getting graphic. Oh, God.
but yeah, I just showed them. Like I showed Pat.
That would have been the best.
Because they work, it was like we worked together. They already seen it. But oh my God, I wanted to save that bit for the show.
Fantastic.
I was like, oh my God.
Should have took a big sip of water so I got a good spit take.
That was like all the naked you can be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. And on that note,
Good night, Babs.
Good night, man. Go Firebirds, flight of the fucking seabirds.
Flying this bird on out of here.
Cannon, where can the people find you on the internet that isn't porn?
Where can porn find you on the internet?
Apparently, if you go to Facebook, start scrolling.
Hold on. How's that?
Well, you can find me at That Cannon Guy on Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, Goodreads, TikTok, and Pornhub. No, not Pornhub. Not Pornhub.
Hey now.
That's a bit. The last one is a bit, or
Jeremy,
OnlyFans.
where on Pornhub can the people find you?
Well, Schlong Doctor 74.
So what does backwards hero really mean?
Well, no, you can find my art that's safe.
More like boobs of a cosmic reality, right?
You can find me
there.
Tunes of a Cosmic Reality on Instagram, and then on Letterboxd, I'm Backwards Hero, and then I have a twitch.tv/Backwards Hero for video games and non-porn related things. But we may talk about stuff ranging from stovetop stuffing to other weird shit sometimes while playing games.
But where can people find your dirty stuff?
Well, that's going to be on my OnlyFans.
Hey, I've got an OnlyFans.
Yeah?
Yeah, no, I start naked, and the more I get paid, the more I put back on.
Oh, so that's a great... I should do that.
Yeah.
I'm stealing that now.
So, Pat,
Yes, hello.
how about you?
Yes, well, since it is my first time on the show, I should probably be a little more forward with like all the different places you can find me on that great big wide internet.
You can tell us your Pornhub name, okay?
Yeah, you can find me on all the unsafe places at John Lost His Shame.
That's where that one came from the other day. I was wondering why that popped up.
Oh, yes.
But for all the regular places that you can join in the daylight in front of mixed company, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd at John Lost His Name. And be so kind as to go check out the other show on the AYC Network, AYC8's All You Can Hear, where we just released episode 278 of All You Can Hear podcast. The final episode of Colton Wenzel's month-long takeover of the main show, starting on Monday, September 5th. JoJo and myself, we will be back on All You Can Hear. Mom and Daddy will finally be back. The kids have had their fun. But it'll be a good time. But in my absence, go check out the other stuff that I've been doing. I started an Ultraman podcast. It's a spin-off show talking about one of my favorite characters in Japanese superhero genre, Tokusatsu. And I had a great interview with a writer and comedian named Joey Clift, where we discussed the Predator prequel Prey. We discussed how cool the movie is. Native representation. Just had a lot of really cool conversation. I'm really proud of the interview, so go check that out as well. And also, I did want to mention that even though I was gone from the show the last month, I appreciated that break. I did want to let it be known that from here on out, I will be on in a more irregular capacity, just because my duties on outside the show are kind of will be growing as we go into the fall season. So I'll still be in the show. You might see me a little more often. It might be a little less. It's just sort of whenever I can be on, but I will still be on the show, just in a more irregular capacity.
Yes. He has been demoted from regular to recurring guest.
I can Highlander him now, right?
Demoted himself.
But strangely, I get paid more.
So now you're irregular.
I've got the sword ready.
Metamucil.
So if someone queues up Prince,
Stay tuned after the credits to find out what the E really means.
Oh no!
If somebody queues up Princes of the Universe, I can Highlander him.
I mean, there
I
can
do
be
have
more.
the sword.
There can be more than one. It's okay.
Oh, but I've got the sword.
No, there can be more than
Hey,
one.
someone's itching to lose a head.
No, it's fine. There can be multiple. You'll be all right. We'll find somebody for you to behead. Don't worry.
That's me, Austin. I want to lose my
We'll
head.
find someone who puts a 1-star review on Apple Podcasts.
Yes.
Okay.
Who knows? It's probably coming. But lately we've been getting 5-star reviews.
5-star.
You got a new one
That's
last
like
month.
4 more stars.
Right? We've been getting comments and reviews, and want to thank everybody for that.
This plucky little show is really going places.
We got listeners
Down the drain.
We got listeners across the world now. We got people in Ireland. We got people in the UK. We got Australia.
We got people across the street.
We got Tappahannock.
They're listening because we're just so goddamn loud.
That's right. We're loud as hell.
No, they're bringing the food delivery that got, sent to the wrong house.
It's like, hey, I will give you your food for free if you just shut the fuck up.
You guys really should get like a neon sign that says, "This is the house Uber Eats guy."
No, you joke, but I said I'm just gonna like get a sign printed with our address in big fucking letters and font, and just put it in the front yard
It's not a bad idea.
with posts,
So
wire posts.
So Shimmy, where can we find you?
Just under your bed.
Oh,
no.
God.
Wait, but Barney's underneath there.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, I like your dog.
Oh,
No, what? I've never seen Shimmy and Barney in the same place at the same time.
Yes, you have.
You goddamn liar.
he's usually like underneath something, anyways.
Yeah, see, we're actually remaking that classic Disney film. Instead of Shaggy Dog, it's called Shimmy Dog.
That's right. Actually, there was a dog that the animal shelter had like a month ago named Shimmy. And I was so mad that I'm not in a place where I can have a dog because that's like fucking fate. I thought, I hope somebody adopts you, Shimmy. I love you.
No, see, that's just you from another time and place reincarnated as a dog.
A multiverse of madness.
Would it be rad if one of your neighbors, like
A
direct
multiverse
neighbors,
That would be funny.
A multiverse of shimness?
spit on my toe? I felt that. Gross.
I'm sorry.
No, that was just a
Trying
bug.
to clear my throat. Trying to clear my throat. My sinuses have been killing me. Anyway, you can find me at Captain Shimmy's Kind of Art, Captain Shimmy's Almost Music, Captain Shimmy's Toy Box. I also have another podcast that I update sporadically called Captain Shimmy's Effed Up Head. You can listen to me slowly lose my mind.
Up in here.
I'm kidding.
Hey,
I've
you
been
can
crazy.
listen to Losing Mind right here at this Cajun show, too.
Right? I mean, I've been crazy. Like, it's nothing new. You can also find me at the comic strip here in Tuscaloosa where I sell comics. Apparently, people have found me at Tapping Today. And I shout out to you two guys. Hope you enjoy Kingdom Come. They bought Kingdom Come.
I like to think
That means your
That's a great
location's
book.
been compromised, Shim.
Oh, no.
Now they're going to show up with 4 people next time.
I mean, I hope so.
They'll be back in the greater numbers.
You can also check out our merch store at tpublic.com/user/Cajun Greatness. That's the one. One day we'll update some merch. And it'd be great to have more options for people to not buy.
Hey, they got plenty.
Yeah. But yeah, check out our merch store. Leave us some reviews, some comments. All our regular listeners, we love you. And for next week, what we have is stuff. We have stuff next week, just to give you a preview. To give you a preview of the stuff. Give you a preview of the there it is.
We have
Next week we're taking a holiday.
We're taking a break.
Labor Day.
That's right. It's Labor Day. Jeremy will be getting back from Dragon Con and will be dead.
Yes, I will definitely be dead.
He will be slumped over in a chair.
It'll be easy. I've got the badge. It just says backwards hero on it. So
wait. Jeremy's just going to be our correspondent at Dragon Con.
That's right. You're going to have to record your whole experience and then we'll talk about it.
I will totally do this. I mean, I am going to a Nicolas Cage fight panel.
Well, I mean, take notes then, and we can
patch out our card, and then actually be a pretty fun bit.
I did give him many cards to take.
If we had like live from Dragon Con Cajun Greatness.
So like Dragon Con does this thing called like Seek and Swag where you like hide stuff. So I'm totally just going to post and make some Seek and Swag bags. It's just got our cards in it. It's nothing else.
Okay, for real though, while you're there, record some stuff on just audio record.
Okay.
I'll edit it all together. We'll put it up as a special episode.
Okay.
Next week.
And we can
Lord.
finally make we can make a swag bag for you to leave behind.
Yeah.
All right. So next week, special episode, correspondent from Dragon Con.
Yeah, definitely going to happen. Hold us to it. May or may not happen, but we'll find out.
It could be like 10 minutes long, but still, we're gonna
do
it.
my best not to be shit-faced drunk.
You know what? Hey, listen, the first episode we released at AY Seats this year was a drunk cast, so it will not be in bad company.
Yeah, just record some stuff. I'll edit it all together. It'll be fun.
But if you run into Ming Chen, be like, "What's up?"
Like I have to dodge John Romita Jr. though. That's the only problem.
No, if you see Ming Chen, give him our card and tell him we're still looking for you,
It's like,
bitch.
"Hey, we've been waiting for your call there, bud."
Oh, okay.
Just look at him and be like, "Hey, we've been waiting."
Week after that, September 15th, that is a special episode for my birthday. It's Uncaged birthday episode.
For some reason, I feel like I'm not going to be on that one. It's strange.
But Patrick.
Your birthday will come around next year.
But Patrick.
Well, what's the week after that?
You don't even know what we're watching for my birthday.
I think I'll be busy.
Patrick. We're watching Commando starring Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Look at the time.
Fine, whatever.
Funny you say that. I thought that was what you were going to say, and I talked to JoJo, and I do have confirmation. They said if Commando is the birthday choice, JoJo's in.
Hooray! Hey,
Hey, you know what? I'm back on.
you son of a bitch.
Can I Highlander him now?
There's no room for you now. There's no room at the end.
It's Gorilla Podcasting, son of a bitch.
I still got the sword.
All right, so we'll have a full party the next time we do a legit episode. After that, for September, we've got Zandalee starring Nicolas Cage and Judge Reinhold with mustaches.
Yeah.
And then rounding out September, on September 9th, we have The Impression Game.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good time. Then in October, to give you a little sneak preview of that, we have Into the Spider-Verse. We've got The Wicker Man.
Ooh.
We've got Wild Wild West.
Yes.
Mickey Wild Wild.
Yes.
And then our Halloween episode, because we had such a time with the Twitter poll, we're going to do that again for scary movies. We're going to each pick a movie, and we're going to put it up on the Twitter, and whatever gets voted wins.
You know, those 11 people are going to get us again. You know that, right?
That's fine. I already know what my movie's going to be for Halloween.
All right.
Ernest Scared Stupid. I love that
Also,
movie.
like a legit,
You
like
literally play
like
that
a
nonstop
scary
at the
movie.
store.
All right, like a spooky movie of our choosing.
Yeah, like if you want it to be funny, scary, or scary, like whatever you want to watch for Halloween for the show,
Stupid
we'll
scary.
put it on the Twitter and we'll let people vote on it. And mine's going to be Ernest Scared Stupid.
Okay.
I have plenty of choices.
Perhaps too many choices.
Oh, yes. Yeah, too many.
but
yeah.
but the viewers or listeners, they'll only get 4.
Right.
You
But-
can only have 4? You can't have more than 4 options?
Not on the Twitter poll.
Ah, shit. I thought they'd update that by now.
Well, I mean, there might only be 4 of us on the show that week anyway.
That's fair.
Who knows?
I mean, we might have an elimination tournament. We'll see what happens.
Well, Abaddon's obviously going to finally want in on this one.
Abaddon?
Abaddon!
Anyway, thank you for listening to our ridiculousness.
Shut up.
If you want the longest 82 minutes of Apache helicopters, go watch Firebirds. It's fine. Sort of. And we will not see you next week, but we'll have a special thing probably. We'll see.
Maybe.
And we'll see you the week after for sure, though. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
I win. Let's go fuck.
Whirly bird.
How absurd.
Why couldn't you put the bunny back in the box?
How absurd.
I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence.